Happy New Year to everyone on our end of year special. We review Sonic 3, Kraven the Hunter, and discuss the best movies of 2024, as well as a story about Sigourney Weaver, Christmas, and some dad jokes. Enjoy the show! Happy New Year! Yes, so episode 83. This is coming out just before New Year's Eve. So yeah,
You have to
Happy
bear
New
with
Year,
me because
everyone.
I am without a light. We've had some technical difficulties today in the studio, and I'm currently in shadows. So I'm going to give it a nod to Nosferatu, and I'm just going to lurk in the shadows,
Or, you, like you said, you're in the shadows, like in Sonic. We'll bring that up in a
like the
second.
Rasmus.
But yeah, so yeah, this is. Hope everyone had a great Christmas and everything. We're recording this not quite at the date it's coming out, but yeah, I hope you all had a good Christmas. Apart from Happy New Year, special shout out to Gareth Roberts. Happy birthday.
And he's got a girlfriend.
And happy birthday. And yeah, so the things we'll discuss today, we've got a couple of movie discussions about films that we've just seen recently, and we're going to do a little shout out to people as well. And this is the end, this is the final episode of the year, so we're going to talk about some of our favorite releases this year, or TV and films that we've watched in general.
But you do your gay little shout out thing. I'm going to go and grab something I forgot.
What have you forgot?
My dignity.
Okay, so, well, there's a lot of people to kind of shout out, and there's lots of people that have listened to us over the last. We haven't been going quite a year, but we've been going for most of the year. And as you know from clicking the episode, we're on episode 83. We've had a few bonus episodes and spoiler specials as well, so we might be closer to technically 100 releases. But yeah, thank you for all the people that have been listening to us this year, and hopefully we'll have more people next year. But a special shout out to some people who have been guests on our show. It's time for Rage Whale's Shout Out of the Week. Such as Max King, one of our first guests, Gareth Roberts, whose birthday it is. Happy birthday again for being our literally very first guest coming on. Chris, aka Ars Penguin, Aaron Edwards, the cinematographer, great friend of the show, Shed, Sarah Crean, Chris Donahue, Saoirse Curran, Eleanor, Liv McNee, Joanna Pido, Peter, all the way from New York as a movie reviewer, Aaron Green, and Aaron Edwards. Can't wait for your wedding in Sweden soon. Great other guests such as Elijah Baker, who we hope to have a bit more frequently in the next year, and Michael, my cousin, who is a frequent regular guest. And of course, we can't go without saying shout out except for Emma Cerruti, our therapist, who is fantastic, and she hopefully should have her new podcast coming out soon, hopefully early next year.
Did you do Bon Me?
Not yet. I was going to say Kate and Kate's mum. Hope Kate's mum is...
Kate's mum.
Kate's mum's feeling better.
And on Caesar, remember to blow.
And Emmanuel Bonamy, the legend. And hopefully a few more guests coming on next year. We probably had a lot of guests on this first year, and we're not going to have guests on all the time, but we're going to have we've got some good guests lined up already, people specifically in the film industry, which should be interesting, but we'll mix it up as well. But anyway, thank you all for listening, as I said, and thank you for all our guests for being part of our experiment of starting this the first time round, and hopefully we'll get some of you on again in the future. But we've watched 2 films this week. If you're seeing the visuals, you'll know what James has watched. I've seen a film, and so has James, and we're going to start with...
What did we watch this week? On Cinema Selection.
Sonic 3.
And a bucket of doom.
He's got his popcorn bucket there.
Yeah, it's a good way to spend 10 quid. And I
Yeah.
got Reef's figures as well. He's got some Sonic figures and stuff for the thumbnail. I'll give you a thumbnail.
So yeah, so how was Sonic at the? Because I genuinely like, because I thought Mario Brothers was terrible, but Sonic is actually quality. He's just tingling a tin now
No,
rather than
enough
speaking.
of that. Yeah, it's brilliant. It is actually brilliant. The first one's good. It's okay.
Yeah.
Second one is decent. This one is just, pun intended, chaos. It is absolutely fantastic. Like, I don't think it could be any better. It's probably as close to a perfect animated movie as you can get, and probably the best CGI. Can't limit. It might be the best CGI I've ever seen.
And honestly, like, I think from most people listening, they might have a similar thought to what I did about a week ago, saying that sounds over the top because it's just a cartoon film. But
when you look at it and you see like Sonic or Tails, and they're like, their eyes look like glass, like,
yeah, they're spot
and you
on,
can
aren't they?
see the hairs. And when you see them, there's a scene where they're just, I think it's Sonic. He's walking next to his his human friend, walking in the dirt, and it doesn't look like a fake thing. Like, it looks like it is actually there, which is crazy.
Yeah. Well,
And they
that's
go to London. That's quite funny.
I saw the Sonic trailer in the cinema last week, and like I said, I'm already a fan of the Sonic films. I think they're better. They're far better than they should be. They're just really fun family films. But I saw the trailer in the cinema, and the amount of explosions and big set pieces and the camera angles and explosion teleport, all mad stuff going on. I was like, geez, this it feels like someone just went, yeah, you did well. Here's all the budget you ever want. Do
Yeah, I don't know what the
anything you
budget on
want.
that film was, but it's funny because Knuckles gave me Venom vibes. Because like, he doesn't say a lot, but when he does, it's just some like random like thing, like Venom does when he pipes up when he's with Tom Hardy.
Bit of Idris Elba.
Yeah, he'll just come up and be like, "Now we smash it." I'll be like, "Okay, yeah, we'll smash it." Yeah, it's like, but he just comes up with little quips. It's quite good. But the story's really good actually, which I didn't think was going to happen. And if anyone does go to the cinema and watch it, it has 2 end credit scenes, not one.
Don't tell me anything because I'm
I'm
going
not.
to see it
But the only
tomorrow
reason I'm
morning.
telling you is because everyone left after the first post-credit scene. And I
Amateur.
found out later online there's a second one.
Did you leave?
Yeah, everyone did.
Oh, well, what
Because
I
you
do,
wait ages for that post-credit scene. Then it went, the film, like, the credits and that carried on afterwards. So we were like, oh, it's ended. Because you don't normally get 2, do you?
no.
So
Well,
there's a second post-credit scene that they posted because apparently loads of people,
well,
including us,
here's a
left. It's
trick
quite a
for
long
you.
film. It's like nearly 2 hours.
The second the film ends, I always forget to do it beforehand. As soon as it ends, get my phone out straight away, type the name of the film, and put "Does it have post-credit scene?" and enter and have a little look, and then you
I
can
think
decide.
most films now have a post-credit. It's kind of a common thing, thanks to Marvel. Most films have it, but this one had 2. So, and the second one is arguably more important than the first one. So, you do need to watch both of them. But
Well, they're
as a
definitely
story,
doing number 4.
Robotnik, I mean, well, Jim Carrey plays 2 characters,
Yeah,
is hilarious. And they bring up the fact that they've got 2 characters playing the same person and they break the fourth wall. And that's quite funny. But
I, I
yeah,
saw
everyone in it is
I saw a
brilliant.
dance section with lasers today online. I was like, damn
It's
it!
really funny. To
I couldn't stop
Galvanized
watching
by
it.
Chemical Brothers, yeah.
Yeah, push the button.
That's really funny. But Reef was laughing out loud at bits. And there's some like sort of jokes that are probably a bit more geared to older children or adults that are quite funny. Like
Yeah,
little hints that they put in there. If you're a fan of the Sonic films, you'll get quite a few more jokes, I think. A Sonic game, should I say. There's a lot of references, but
well, I guess
yeah,
you got to remember the people making these films. I know the kids these days will like it, but it's our generation that grew up with them, so it's appealing to over 40s, really.
I mean, I couldn't stop looking at the graphics. Like, whenever Sonic was on the screen or one of the hedgehogs, I was just
Yeah,
like, almost like pixel peeping, just like trying to find something that looked sketchy. And it was just, it could have been hair on the screen, like fur. It's like, it was that good, which makes me wonder how Disney can do such a cock up of their latest like CGI, and whoever makes, I don't know who makes Sonic, Universal or something, maybe
Paramount.
Paramount. Okay, I mean, hire whoever they've got, pay them whatever they want, because
And
it is like next to nothing. It's
did you
amazing.
did you see the pictures I sent on the group chat just before as well, where they've done
All
the
the different movie
mock-ups of
posters,
different
yeah.
movies? So good.
The
And
whole like,
they
I
just
don't know
did a
what blew
Die
me
Hard
away
version
more.
as well.
Yeah, I don't know what blew me away more. The special effects, because they were good, or the actual story was actually really good and quite engaging. It didn't have any sort of like flat moments, and when it was like a quieter bit, you had like interactions between Robotnik and the characters, and Robotnik's henchman, who he like keeps giving shit to, which is quite funny.
Yeah.
Um,
When he steals his jacket off him, I saw that in the
he's
trailer.
trying to get a bigger
He's like,
jacket because he's
give him a
fat.
jacket. It's not big enough.
There is one bit, and it's not really a spoiler. There's one bit where the hedgehog, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are tied up in a chain, and that matey boy's tied up next to him, and Robotnik and his dad come in, and they're like, "Ah, you got them." He's like, well, "I can't." He's like, "Stone, why are you tied up? You do that in your own time. You disgust me." It's like, sake. It's just a funny movie. Like the guy, whoever Shadow's character is really good and has a good backstory, and it's quite sad actually.
Keanu
Um,
Reeves. Yeah, great addition to the cast.
and and I think they're definitely making. There's 100% going to be at least another film, judging by the cutscene. But
Oh, they're already talking about it in their interviews and stuff like that. But what I love is this is all right. The two actors in this film, even they're not even the main actors, because in reality it's James Marsden, who is like the only human playing an actual human, and then you've also got Ben Schwartz, who plays Sonic. Those are meant to be the two main characters, but the two biggest stars are Jim Carrey and Keanu
well, I
Reeves.
can tell you now in this one, that guy you said
Ben
and his
Schwartz.
wife, the white guy that plays his wife,
Okay.
they're pretty. Any
Oh,
scene they're
James
in,
Marsden.
yeah, any scene they're in, they're basically in the scene together, so they have like equal screen time.
Yeah. Oh,
And
okay.
they're not. And this film is not focused on them this time. They're like very much like additional characters.
They come to help. Yeah, they weren't in the second one that much as well because yeah, they just got
Yeah,
brought into
this
it.
one starts with Sonic and Nat sort of leaving, so not
And
leaving them, just going to do something.
it's one of those
So
films that like me and like Sadie doesn't like crap films. Like I'll watch a crap film. I'm not saying this is, but she will lose her patience after 10, 15 minutes and go nope. Whereas I will sit
I don't
through it
think you can. The
till the
film
end.
starts with a
But
like it
but
just doesn't
Sonic.
stop.
But the point is that Sonic grabbed me as you stopped recording. Oh, James on his phone call. I'll continue talking. Um, what I thought was interesting about Sonic is that it actually did. Oh, by the way, for everyone, Drew is joining us shortly. He's a bit late today, through no fault of his own, and he will be joining us shortly. But what I was thinking about with Sonic is that you've got, yeah, me and Sadie watch these films, and quite often she will switch it off if it's not very good. And with Sonic, we were both really engaged, and we both actually really enjoyed it much more than we thought we would. And then when we brought Sonic 2 out, I didn't think she'd be that bothered about it, but she was actually quite keen to see it, and we both really enjoyed it. So I think she'll like this new one. And I think the interesting thing about Sonic 3 is that with Jim Carrey and Keanu Reeves being part of the cast, I love how these actors, you've got Jim Carrey, who technically almost said that he was retiring and he wasn't want to do any more films again, but then he agreed to do Sonic of all the films, not a masterpiece of drama, because he was getting into his drama sort of lifestyle as well. But he's not doing a big drama piece. He's not doing an over the top silly comedy, even though Robotnik in Sonic is over the top silly comedy. He's not a main character. He's just a bit part. Well, in the first one anyway. And I just love that he came back to do this sort of silly, childish film. And it just shows how much fun he's got still left in him. And that's the same for Keanu Reeves. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Keanu Reeves was offered, and we're talking 10 plus years ago, Keanu Reeves was offered roles in Marvel films and could have got a really big role in one of the biggest grossing films ever, potentially. And he refused it. He didn't want to be part of that world. And then at the same time, he agreed to play the burning bush in SpongeBob SquarePants, which is really random. He's just a floating head in that film for a few minutes. It's just the sort of weird choices that actors make. I just thought that was lovely because Keanu Reeves has agreed to come into this one, which is insane. So I thought that was really interesting from the point of Sonic. Cool. All right. Sweet. And Drew should be joining us shortly. Just before we go as well, I got a little show and tell.
Back to school with Rage Whale. Here's show and tell.
You probably, well, you have as well. We didn't signpost it. This is got this just arrived.
Classic album.
Alanis Morissette, Jagged Little Pill. Unbelievable. I forgot how good it was.
Oh, I bought that in like year 7 at school, I think, or year 8.
Yeah, I listened to it today, and every song is absolute classic. I didn't realize there was that many good songs. And also, because it's Christmas, I thought I'd get a different type of rum. Because I normally get quite basic rum, but I like quite basic rum. But I got Trash and Treasure tropical rum.
Interesting.
It's a bit different. It's sweet and vibrant rum spirit drink made with waste. It's made with waste pineapple and mango peels.
Sounds like hippie stuff.
Yeah, it sounds horrible, and it smells horrible as well. I poured a bit. I was like, I think this reminds me of one I didn't like, but I've just taken a sip, and it is really, I don't know, this like something not floral, but it's very, very flavorful. It's very, very nice. Is your recording still working your side?
It's saying it's going.
Yeah, you're good. No, perfect. Oh, and Drew's just messaged. He's just setting up, so he'll be here shortly. Also, I got ticket. Right, I don't know if you know this band. Yeah, you will.
So is this recording or we paused?
No, we're recording.
Oh,
I didn't pause at any point. I'm just going to cut out the gap where you had to disappear. I got tickets last week for Poison the Well. Do you remember those guys?
yep.
They haven't been around for like 20 years. Got me my tickets. It's the one I'm most excited for next week. Happy day.
Yeah, I might get Crash Diet tickets because I do love that band. 50 quid for 4 bands isn't too bad, is it?
Yeah, that's a good price. It's not for me, unfortunately, but it's I think for you it's definitely worthwhile. You must know someone who'd be up for going to something like that.
Don't know.
It's quite niche though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose all our music's fairly niche to a degree. Right. Well, I was going to say, so yeah, the film I watched this week, if you want to hear a little bit about it.
What did we watch this week? On Cinema Selection.
Is Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah, I want to see that.
I think it's totally worthwhile. And like I said on my Instagram on good old Kev's Film Thoughts, I think all the negative reviews are bullshit. This film was brilliant from start to end. There was nothing that was shit. It was actually really good. It's not even the same league as Madam Web and Venom. Much better than both of those put together times 5. Much, 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 much better.
Nothing. I like Venom.
Nothing cheesy. Nothing. It's just there's some funny bits, but it is like predominantly more serious. There's a few light-hearted bits, but overall it's more serious. The there's a bit where I think I need to Google it. I think I clocked a dubbing, like a mistake. Like, you know how it was meant to come out ages ago, it got delayed, and we all thought it could have been like rewrites or anything like that. Drew has just joined us. In a second, but I'm just talking about Kraven.
Oh, nice.
Just talk about Kraven, and then we'll all chat together. But yeah, I was just saying that it was really, really good. But I think I spotted a little dub. There's a bit where the Aaron Taylor Johnson's talking to this woman, and the woman, when you're looking at her, it looks like she's got a fake mouth, AI talking. And I think it's just that they've had to rewrite something or rephrase something. They didn't have the budget to do it, so they've just done it. I could be wrong, but she said something that seems like it was fake, her mouth, and the next scene is her walking away. You don't see her face, you see the back of her head, and she's still talking.
Oh,
So like they've clearly put more words into her
The
there.
one thing people I've seen say, well, people were taking a mick out of some of the dialogue, isn't that well thought out?
Right, there's one scene that annoyed me near the beginning. So the intro scene is Aaron Taylor Johnson. As we know, he's a hunter, but he's a hunter of people. So he's in the prison. It's only later on you find out how he got in there, but he's in a prison, this maximum security place, and he manages to murder a guy in there and escape without being caught in the maddest fucking way. And that scene's epic.
and then it jumps to karaoke.
Now, when that finishes, it cuts to a new scene, and it's this lady in Africa talking to her granddaughter or something, and that's cheesy as fuck. You're like, oh no, but it's just two not great actors, to be honest.
There's one line that they say, there's like some girl, and she's like, yeah, and she was killed, and that was the last time I saw her.
I haven't
And
seen
everyone's
it
like, and then the meme was like, yeah, no shit. It's like,
She was killed. A girl
she's
says
like,
that.
she died, or she was murdered, or she was killed, she died. That was the last time, and I never saw her again. It's like, well, yeah.
I don't even remember that being said.
Yeah, I've got the meme. I'll send it to you.
Who says it?
Some girl.
Is it a child girl?
No.
It's a woman then.
Right. Okay. I don't know. All I would say is that the action scenes are amazing. Aaron Taylor Johnson is amazing. Like,
Yeah, he is good.
He needs to be Bond. He needs to be everything. He is, and he's in Nosferatu, which
Do you not think he'd be better as the next Ethan Hunt?
Ooh.
No, well, that's the thing. I don't think that should continue. But Tom Cruise has already spoken to what's his face, Glenn Powell, about it, who said no.
I'm excited about Glenn Powell doing the Running Man. That'd be awesome.
Yes,
you can
100%.
definitely remake that.
Well, that was the thing you mentioned about Sonic earlier, about having the end credits scene.
Yeah.
So Kraven is one of the first superhero films to not have one.
Okay.
It ends
yeah,
really
Drew,
well.
if you see Sonic, there's 2 end credit scenes.
What?
Yeah, a lot of people left and missed the second one. And the second one's arguably more important than the first one. Okay. People lost their mind on the first one, though.
Don't say anything, because I am going to see it tomorrow morning at 10 a.m.
If you watch video reactions to like post-credit scenes, all like the nerdy kids like lose their mind.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh, by the way, I will say something though. We've mentioned before about cinemas padding out numbers. They're definitely bullshitting on their apps about how many seats they sell. Because the reason I went at half 4 to go and watch Sonic, which is quite late for Reef, was because the other showings barely had like 2 seats together. The one I booked had a couple of spots where there's 2 seats together. The 2 I got, which is at the front of the balcony at the end, and the 2 behind me, the rest were all unavailable. It was literally barely half full. There was no one behind me for like 4 rows. And there was hardly anyone. There was probably 50% full. That's being generous.
So what you're saying,
and like the app said there was like maybe 8 seats left.
So the app is trying to create bots or something, like just try and make it look.
I think the app is trying to. I think they're trying to make
urgency to people as well.
False urgency or something, because unless like 40 people just didn't show up, which seems unlikely. But next time I go, I'm going to take a screenshot of all the seats of the ones that you can't pick, and then I'm going to take picture of the seats behind me. It's happened before. When we went to see another film, we booked a seat. It was me and you, Drew, and we went to see that seat. 'Cause remember, we booked seats we didn't really want. And when
Oh
we
yeah,
got there, we just sat wherever we want, didn't we?
yeah.
There was like no one there. What film was that?
I'm trying to think. Was that? I want to say
Longlegs?
Longlegs, but I don't think it was because Longlegs was.
No, it wasn't
Isn't it?
Longlegs. It was
June?
one in the big screen,
No,
and
June.
we just sat wherever we want.
Trap.
Longlegs was
Trap?
Trap.
No. Trap?
Yeah, we looked because there was like hardly any seats, and I was like, "I would book them now before they sell out."
Yeah.
Got there, and there was like rows of empty seats.
Oh, Drew, you need to say happy birthday to Gareth.
Happy birthday, Gareth.
And
Happy
he's
yeah.
engaged,
birthday to what,
It was
and
not.
he's having a baby.
dude?
He's not having any of those.
Happy shower day. Happy.
He's not having one of them.
No, I don't mean. Baby
Let's not go
shower.
too
Fine,
far
okay.
fetched.
Happy hygiene day. Yeah, no. Happy birthday, dude. I hope you're having a good one. Yeah. Take care of yourself. Loving the beard. Put something festive in your beard, man, for your birthday, please. Please.
What,
Like
just
what,
some
turkey?
fairy lights?
Put some like baubles in your beard and like make it festive and share some pictures with Rage Whale, please.
Put some balls on your chin.
Put some balls on your chin. Isn't that teabagging?
Yeah. He also
No,
likes
they
a
call that
song.
Peter Griffining.
He also likes a song by a band called Snot, and it starts off by going, "My balls, your chin." Ding 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 ding.
Have you never seen an episode of Family Guy where Peter goes, "Oh, what are you doing up here?" He like rubs his chin. He goes, "What are you doing up here?" Takes off the things and puts them in his trousers. So he's got two big balls. It's like a chin, isn't he?
Brilliant.
Before we talk about our favorite films this year, there's one new trailer out. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
The not what actually we're talking. Actually, we shouldn't. Let's leave that to next episode. The things we're looking forward to. I mean, it kind of goes into movie news, but I suppose that's all movie news. So yeah, all right. Let's skip that. Anything you want to say, Drew, before we go into like sort of favorite stuff this year, or
That thing I was telling you about though with the whole Sigourney Weaver situation, right?
oh, Sigourney is up.
So I'm either going to look like a super fan that did something crazy, or I'm just going to look like a complete chav, and probably shouldn't be, having
Chav?
this as recorded. Yeah.
What did you bump into her at Stone Island or something?
No. So we had our Christmas party, and we had many a drink. Let's say a few bottles of red wine and a few old fashions, and yeah, all kinds of crazy stuff, and beers at the gambling place. We went to the Hippodrome. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
long story short, me and my mate Timmy, we wanted to go to. We had time to kill basically, and he was like, "Should we go for another cocktail?" And I was like, probably not, man, just because I was waiting to pick Sarah up from her event because we both had Christmas dues. Anyway, and we walked around the corner and we were like, "Oh my god, the Tempest is on!" And I was like, "Oh my god, that's got Sigourney Weaver in it!" And we were like geeking out about aliens and everything. And I was like, "Oh well, dude, that's something we're never gonna witness." And he went, "Or is it?" And I was like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, "Follow my lead." And I'm like, "Okay." So then we walk through with the crowd and get past the security on the front door. For some reason, they didn't ask for tickets. Then we get into.
Was it the halfway time where they?
No, it's
popped
just
out
about to
for
start.
break?
It's just about to start, man. Like it's just about to start. And then we get in there, and we have no idea what we're planning to do. And then we find a couple of seats, and we sit there. And then somebody comes over, and they're like, "Oh, do you guys? Can I see your tickets? I think we're in the wrong seats." They're like, "Oh yeah, no worries. These are yours. I think we got it wrong. You guys take a seat." And we're like, then we sat across from them, and then I needed to go to the toilet, and I went off, and I was thinking, I might get caught now in the crowd because when you go back to your seats, they're normally like, "Have you got tickets?" So they know where you're going. but for some reason, like the theater gods were on our side, and then yeah, man, like I just went back, sat down, and we're like, oh my god, it's going to start any minute now, any minute. And like we were just starting to get nervous because more people were coming in, and we're like, if we get caught now, we're absolutely fucked. So then the lights started to go down, and we look at each other like, mate, this is absolutely insane. So and then the show starts, and I'm watching it, and it's like, I can't believe that Sigourney Weaver. Like I could throw a paper aeroplane and hit Ripley. This is mental, right? And she's doing great. Like she's doing like these crazy ass monologues from like Shakespearean stuff, basically. And then I can hear this, and my mate is just flat out asleep, like on my shoulder, just like, and I'm like, dude, like, and he's gone. But the thing that was really weird about this play, though, and I don't know if it's because Sigourney Weaver, bless her, obviously she's of a kind of, she's a bit of an older lady now. They just set up chairs around the stage, so she'd do a monologue, then she'd go over to another chair when the lights would go down, then she'd sit on another chair. And actually, wait a minute, Kevin, you guys did the Tempest. Remember when we were at that what school was it? The one that Baxter used to go to.
Haraway.
And you and Adam and a few others, you did the Tempest. Remember with the big storm? And
I don't know. I don't think I did.
you were in the Tempest, dude. I love the fact that you don't know you were in it. That's brilliant. But anyway, yeah. Long story short, it wasn't the greatest of shows. So even though we pretty much had like £125 ticket, we both left in the interval. So we only saw half of the show, and it was like,
it was free and not worth it.
It was free and not worth it, man. I don't know if I should be plugging that.
Funnier is if you'd got thrown out deliberately because you had nothing to lose.
Yeah,
You'd have gone like, "I love you, an alien."
I know, right?
Or something stupid. Someone boots you out. Then another funny story.
Throw like a xenomorph cuddly toy or a facehugger.
You should have shouted something really abstract like "Loved you in 9 to 5" with Dolly Parton.
No, I should have said.
Or was it "Get the fuck away from her"?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. When one of the Shakespeare characters goes towards her, I go, "Get away from her, you bitch!" But yeah, that would have probably been very inappropriate.
Then you'd have been thrown out, but they would have done nothing. They wouldn't arrest you, would they? Just tell you to leave.
That's what I was scared about. I was like, do people get arrested for breaking into the theatre these days?
You didn't break in. You didn't break an entry. You walked in and sat down. That's not illegal.
That's true. That is true.
It's their fault, technically.
Yeah,
You've been like, I thought it was a free show.
We were ninjas, yeah. Yeah. But technically, it could have been just like, oh, we're just going in just to see what the interior of this lovely old building looks like. Oh, there's a show about to begin. Oh, there's some spare seats. Oh, why isn't this sold out? This is Sigourney Weaver. Oh, this isn't that great. Oh, I'm going home.
I've 100% got the name of that film wrong. It wasn't 9 to 5 she was in. Can you remember what else she was in?
Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, man, Ghostbusters.
No, it's
Ghostbusters
that
1.
type of... Fuck, I can't remember it. 70. Oh my god. Yeah, she goes.
King 724.
Working Girl. That was the one.
That was Harrison Ford, wasn't it?
With Melanie Griffith, Harrison Ford, Alec Baldwin, Kevin Cusack, Oliver Platt, Kevin Spacey's in that as well.
What?
Wham.
But yeah, Working Girl. She's in that. She plays the horrible boss. And then Melanie Griffith takes over when she breaks her leg skiing or something. Watched that earlier this year. Very, very, very good.
But guys, seriously, like I was proper geeking out because I've always been a huge fan of Sigourney Weaver. And
what you do? You want to see her?
Yeah, mate. And I'm really glad I did. Like I know it wasn't like the most amazing play she was in, unfortunately. But yeah, it was like. But even in one of the reviews, they said, did they just have chairs set up for Sigourney Weaver because she didn't want to stand? And I was like, well, she's got these crazy ass monologues, and there would be a lot of standing.
It could have just been part of it.
But the way that they've created the set, bro, it was like Dune. It was like Dune on stage, like these crazy sand dunes, and like it was all very kind of dystopian. And there was a kind of a budget, but I imagine that a lot of the money is obviously going to good old Sigourney.
Yeah. Nice one. Well, should we go into what our favourite films of this year is, since it's the New Year's special? This is coming out New Year's Eve, sort of. And then we've got 20-ish minutes, and then we'll move on to the next episode of things we're looking forward to and movie news and all that sort of shit.
Nice
So
stuff.
I think we discussed the other week. I think I've watched 59, 66, 64 movies in the cinema
Mate, that's
this year.
incredible, man. That is incredible.
But easily well over 200, maybe over 300 movies in total, because some days watch two films. You know?
Yeah. Oh, well, you do double deal. You do double film day.
Yeah, I think I watched 2 films yesterday, and usually watch a few films at the weekend as well. So yeah, I mean, have you got lists of things that you've watched? Are you ad hoc in this? Even though I told you both to prep.
I was hoping to prep, but I've literally just come from work, man. I didn't have.
Yeah, but you don't prep the day of.
No, well,
what prep is.
You can for a couple of hours or something.
I know what some of my top films are. I remember some other ones. If we stick it to films, why don't we stick it to films that came out this year?
Yeah, that's right.
Because I've seen a lot of films this year that aren't new, that I haven't seen before. So why don't we stick it to this year?
Oh yeah, well of course. I'm not sticking to all years that exist.
It's the releases. It's not just a film you saw this year that was made in 19.
Yeah, because you can't say Ghostbusters 3 times for this year, because yes, you've watched it this year, but it didn't come out this year. I don't know how to do this then. I've got my list.
How long is your list?
You say yours and we'll tell which ones we
disagree. How long is your list? Are you checking it twice, Kev?
Do you want me to just literally speak really quickly and name all the films I've seen in the cinema quickly, and then keep an ear out for any ones that twig?
Not really.
It'll take me like 40 seconds.
You just said you watched like 200 films.
No.
I said 64.
64. Was it 64?
Take you at least 64 seconds.
62.
62 seconds.
No, it'll take less than a minute.
It won't.
It would take quicker if we don't argue about it. By the time we finished arguing, I would have done it.
That's what you said to your girlfriend.
Where's the fun in not arguing?
Ready? This is cinema only. And we can talk about any film that's come out, but cinema only that I've seen. Ready? I'll go quick. January, Priscilla, Poor Things, The End We Start From, The Holdovers. February, Anyone But You, Argyle, All of Us Strangers, James's favourite. The Zone of Interest, Iron Claw, Madam Web, Bob Marley, One Love, Wicked Little Letters. March, Lisa Frankenstein, June Part 2, Drive Away Dolls, Ghostbusters, Late Night with the Devil, Godzilla X Kong, Mother's Instinct. April, The First Omen, Civil War, Back to Black, Abigail, Boy Kills World, Challengers. May, Fall Guy, If. I just wrote apes. What's the apes? Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Sting, Furiosa. June, The Crow, Bad Boys 4, Bike Riders, Day One, Quiet Place, Kinds of Kindness. July, Maxine, Triple X. Longlegs, In a Violent Nature, Despicable Me 4, Inside Out 2, Twisters, Deadpool and Wolverine. August, Borderlands, Trap, Alien Romulus, The Crow, the original, Pulp Fiction. September, Beetlejuice.
Pulp Fiction doesn't count.
It was in the cinema. September, Beetlejuice, Afraid, Speak No Evil, Lee, The Substance. October, The Joker 2, Terrifier 3, Nightmare on Elm Street, Venom: The Last Dance. November, Heretic, Juror Number 2, Gladiator 2. December, Conclave, Paddington in Peru, Kraven the Hunter. And I just realized that July was fucking mad because I went to see the 3 darkest films of the year, pretty much: Maxine, Longlegs, In a Violent Nature, and also Despicable Me 4 and Inside Out 2.
Also, Ghostbusters did come out this year.
Yeah, it's Frozen Empire.
A Ghostbusters came out, yeah.
Frozen Empire.
I know, I still haven't seen it.
I noticed that Wicked isn't on your list, though.
And it won't be.
Wow.
What's left of this year, in the next week, I will be seeing Sonic tomorrow, Sonic 3.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say Nosferatu, but that's technically January.
Yeah.
I thought it was Boxing Day.
So did I. But
no, it's January 3rd. Yeah.
I'm seeing it on January the 2nd.
Yeah, I might do open night on that one.
But I'm also going to go see, talking about CGI earlier with James before you arrived, about Sonic 3 being so like quality.
Oh wow.
Um, it looks like a proper blockbuster, not kids movie. Looks like
Yeah.
amazing. But you're talking about how good the CGI is. I'm looking forward to a film about a person that I don't care about that much, but looks
Robbie
epic.
Williams.
Yes.
Oh yeah. When he's the monkey,
I
Everyman.
watch it when it's on Netflix.
Everyman?
I'm not paying to watch that.
I'm
No, it looks
watching.
amazing.
It's out Boxing Day, so I'm gonna go. I'm probably going to be too hungover that day, so and I'm
What's it
working
called?
at 27.
Everyman. Everything
Better
about the
man.
man. What? Something man.
Better man.
Better man.
But it looks good.
Better.
Someone leaked a bit. It's not. I'm gonna spoil it for you guys as well. I haven't seen it, but they're joke. Maybe it's a joke. The guys were interviewing Robbie Williams about the story, and it sounds better the more you hear about it. It gets more engaging.
Mm.
But everyone's given it top marks. Even Empire magazine, who are quite tough on things, all the presenters were giving it 5s. The magazine gave it like a 4 or 4.5 or something. But they're all giving it 5s, saying it's one of the best. It's got into their top 5 film of the year, like at the last second. But they said it's a brave film to make because you've got a chimpanzee, and you're a boy band, and you should be watering it down so younger people can see it because you're in a boy band. And his response was, I haven't lived a PG life.
That's nice.
So it's there's some dark moments and there's some swear moments, and it's a 15. And he goes, I was not expecting the ending to be so violent. I was like, what? What do you mean? What? And they went, that's what I say. I was like, what does that mean?
Wow.
Do you reckon the chimp's going to go chimp and tear someone's face off?
Whoa,
like
maybe.
Would be epic if they did that. But yeah, it's just a list of films. See if you can remember.
Do you know what's interesting about that, right? You've got Robbie Williams is doing like changing his face out to be a chimpanzee or a monkey or whatever, right? Then you had is it not Jarrell? Who's the one that goes, your ass is like a spaceship, I want to ride.
But what, Pharrell?
Pharrell, yeah, not Jarrell.
He's a Lego man now. He's a Lego man now.
Pharrell.
He's a Lego man.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So he made his like documentary / like music kind of biography, like a Lego thing. And didn't Snoop do the same?
Don't know what you're on about.
Okay. Anyway, Furiosa's one I keep forgetting I watched this year.
Yeah, we saw that. We enjoyed that.
I really enjoyed that. But I really enjoyed Borderlands for what it was.
Yeah. Borderlands. That might have been the film we were talking about, though, where there was plenty of space.
Yeah, I mean, that was a good laugh. But for good films, I mean, if someone said I'll pick 3 films to watch again tomorrow, whether you like it or not, I don't care. It would be Deadpool Wolverine.
100%.
I'd watch that every day for next week. I'd watch Sonic again tomorrow in a heartbeat.
Oh. Wow.
And I would also watch the Godzilla Fallen Empire, whatever it's called.
Right.
Frozen Empire.
I've got to say,
I'd watch that again.
That was on my
films.
That was on my prediction list for you, James. That was.
Have you seen that Godzilla yet, by the way? 'Cause it's like $1.99 on Prime at the moment, reduced.
No, I haven't. No.
It's worth it. The new Frozen Empire, not Frozen Empire. That's
Frozen Empire.
Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
It's not that good.
Frozen Godzilla.
Yeah, the newest Godzilla is a fun action film.
If Frozen 3 came out, it was full of ghosts. That'd be better.
There wasn't another monster film this year to compare to it. It's the only one. If you like monster movies, which I do, there wasn't another one.
Imagine mixing Frozen with Casper. That'd be cool.
Yeah, there wasn't another monster movie, and Ghostbusters after the Frozen Empire was a bit shit. So,
well, my mate JD messaged me a couple of days ago saying he's finally watched Deadpool and Wolverine and said it was really good. And I asked his opinion, and he said,
"No comment."
Anyway, so
that sounded like he said,
"No comment."
Oh, okay.
Right. So of that list, that was a long list. There's a couple of films I didn't include because I didn't see them.
You didn't mention Fall Guy.
I did.
Did you?
Yep. I did say a lot in a row, so your brain.
Yeah. Well, you know my brain, and I've just had a Negroni now, so I'm like,
I'm trying to think. There's a few films that we would have all have watched on streaming, that was still new.
Megan.
So,
No.
Carry On.
Who? Oh yeah,
Carry
Carry On.
On. Yeah.
Yeah. We also probably
Carry On,
watched.
but I switched off. Sorry.
And if you haven't, have you watched Ricky Stenicki? That was this year.
Yeah, we talked about that, man, with
John Cena.
the wrestler dude. What's it? John
James.
C. Sealer.
Started doing it.
It's
When
John
they leave,
Cena.
when they set fire to that guy's house at the beginning accidentally.
It's so funny,
It's
man.
really
It's
funny.
like American Pie style
Yeah, but that's
comedy.
literally why they frame, because they come up with the name because they're scared someone's going to know they burnt the house down.
Yeah, it's so good. But the other one we saw streaming was Roadhouse too, not just Roadhouse.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that was fun
Oh,
for what it
good.
was.
Wait. Also, another film that we didn't mention that was, again, because it's not in the cinemas, but the John Cena and not Ali Wong. What's her name? You know, the one where it's like if you win the lottery.
Jackpot.
Yeah, Jackpot. Yeah,
What about Red One?
I haven't seen that yet. I heard things.
I heard it was like the most streamed film on like of anything this year, like when it came out.
No, it's a fucking joke of a film.
Have you heard of a violent night, which is quite genius instead of a silent night?
Yeah, it's on Netflix at the moment.
Yeah, with the dude from
David
Stranger
Harbour.
Things. Yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah.
Oh, also, I watched Kneecap on streaming, but it did come out in cinema.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Kneecap's my top.
So I guess it's going to be pretty obvious, but mine would probably be if I was to watch 5 movies again this year, it would be Alien Romulus.
The one
Here
you
we go.
watched 5 times in the cinema.
Here's that Red One. If it's that bad, it attracted a record-breaking.
James, the stats are irrelevant. Crap films get lots of people. Mario Brothers got one of the most views of the film this year, and it's the shittest film I've ever seen.
There is an audience.
Children. Despicable Me got viewed by loads. Despicable Me 4 was boring. I know.
By the way, it got 50 million views in its opening weekend. That's insane.
But guys, that's probably people jumping off Marvel though, because you've got Chris Pine, you know.
No,
just
Chris Evans.
Because I thought All of Us Strangers was one of the worst films I've ever seen in my life. It did not deserve to be on a cinema. It was at best a 3-part Channel 4 show.
Mate, more people, 5 times the amount of people watched the trailer for Superman than they did watch Red One.
Oh my God!
So we're not talking about it. That's the next thing. But the point he's making is that 50 million people watched Red One. 250 million people watched the trailer for Superman.
You can't compare those two things, though. Because I've watched the trailer for Superman 5 times. I haven't watched the film 5 times.
I'm also trying to make the point is that just because people have watched it doesn't mean it's good.
No, but all I was saying, it was
you've
a
got to agree,
breaking thing.
Just because people watched it doesn't mean it's good. Loads of people probably watched it.
A lot of people watched it. I'm saying it broke records.
And check the ratings. It's probably got one of the lower ratings of films.
Yeah, but I was bringing it up because it broke records. It was the only film that broke a record.
But hang on, wait. Does that mean, you know, when it's got the stats or whatever the stats means, does that mean they watched the whole 180 minutes or whatever it was?
Either way, if something comes up and it says it broke a record for streams, it's something we should probably mention on a film-based podcast, regardless what the film is. It
Plus,
broke a record.
None of us have watched it.
I mean, that's a valid point, but it doesn't mean the film was good.
No, but none of us have seen it to say it's bad. But all I'm saying is it could have been Mickey Mouse's Steamboat came on Netflix and got 50 million views. Either way, it broke a record.
I probably would watch that, though. I do quite like Mickey Mouse. So
record breaking.
My films, Alien Romulus.
Yep.
Fall Guy.
Yep.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yep. I watched Fall Guy this weekend.
Because of this talk in between, like, if you watch the playback of this, when I was about to mention the 5, I fully knew them. But now the Negroni has kicked in, and now I can only remember 3 of the 5. So,
well, I watched Fall Guy the weekend. I bought it on Prime. It's only $4.99 to buy, not to rent. To buy.
What?
$4.99
to buy, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a massive sale on at the moment.
There's loads of shit on for like cheap, like $1.99 for fairly new films. Maxine is $1.99.
Mate, iTunes have got to kind of pick up their game, man.
But, well, I'll give you. I can't do a top 5, but my favorite films. Drew Twig, if one of them is the one that you mentioned. I know I'm going to mention two of James's favourites.
Oh, you about to say
and,
Furiosa?
and probably at least two of yours. So Poor Things was technically 2023, but it came out in the cinema in the UK in 2024. So I'm having it. That's exceptional. The Holdovers, probably one of the best films of the year, full stop.
Wow.
That is one of the best films. It's on Prime now.
Yeah.
I think if it's not free, it's like a couple of quid. The Iron Claw, that's exceptional and made me an emotional wreck. Deadpool and Wolverine, I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Yeah.
That broke all the records as far as we're concerned, as over $1 billion made box office and everyone loved it. Trap, I thought was much better than expected.
Yeah. I just don't know if I'd watch it again. I don't know. It's a weird one.
I wouldn't watch it again.
You don't have to watch it again.
Just watch the trailer.
There's five on here that I wouldn't watch again.
No, but dude, the hilarious thing is, we were saying the five films or the 3 films I'd watch again this year.
Oh, that's what you said.
No, that's what James said as well. That's why I copied James.
No, I just said if someone said to me, "What 3 films do you want to watch again?" I'd do that. They're not necessarily the best films I've seen, but I'm giving points for rewatch value at the moment.
Oh. Yeah, I'm talking about the best films I watched.
Okay.
Speak No Evil is in there. I'm not going to watch Speak No Evil again because I know the ending. It's all about how it fucking plays out. It's not massively rewatchable, but that doesn't diminish how amazing it is.
Yeah.
Alien Romulus I put in there.
Nice.
Speak No Evil. Lee, I would rewatch Lee. That is incredible. Probably the number 1 film of the year, full stop, is The Substance. I think that would just pip The Holdovers because The Substance has got a bit of everything. Both of you will love it.
It's on Prime now as well, I think.
It is.
They're all on Prime.
Everything. They're at £20 mark at the moment, I think.
It's not going to drop. It's one of the biggest films.
Is it hard to watch in the sense that because of the uncomfortableness of it?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't watch it with certain people because I wouldn't watch it with your family because it's
inappropriate.
Lots of inappropriate, and then it goes fucking mental at the end. The gore is not a problem. It's old school gore, so there's a scene where you'll go, this could be in The Thing.
Okay.
It's pretty dramatic.
Oh, you know what I was saying the other day about the Mean One, the horror Grinch film?
Yeah, I mean,
remember I was saying it reminded me a bit. Yeah, remember I said it reminded me a bit like Terrifier.
Yeah.
The bloke who plays Art the Clown played the evil Grinch.
What?
He's put a post up today, and it's a picture
David
of him.
Lambay or something,
Yeah.
But he looks a little bit like the Joker with a long chin. He's put a post up today of him looking like the Joker. Like
he's trying it, isn't he? He's like, come on.
Well,
come on, DC, pick
I
me
assume it's for another something that's got nothing to do with that. But he's put a picture. What's his name again? David. Anyone remember?
I thought it was
David
like
Howard Thornton.
Lamey or something, Lambie?
David Howard Thornton.
Yeah,
no way near.
Is that called Triple Barrel Gun?
Right. Yep. James, look at the screen a sec.
Oh, he's gone. He gone.
Oh.
Please leave a message after the beep.
Terrifier 3, bizarrely, was the next thing on my list, literally.
Oh, wow, okay.
Look.
Yeah, that was...
The Substance, Terrifier 3. So just
wow,
he mentioned it before me.
That is the book of movies. I love it. Would you watch Terrifier 3 again? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Is that a keeper? Would you buy that if that was a decent price?
Yeah, I'd like to buy... I don't know if I can be arsed because I already buy vinyls and they're ridiculously expensive. But I would like to start buying DVDs again, like collector's editions,
like Blu-rays at least, not DVDs.
Yeah, Blu-rays, man.
Oh, that's the same. That's what I mean. The best quality you can get.
They're so cheap. You can get most films like £3 in CEX.
No, I'm not talking about buying shit. I'm talking about if I was to start, it would be classics and only the best of the best. I wouldn't be buying a film because I want to watch it because that's all in streaming.
No, but you can buy because no one buys them. They're only CEX for like £3.
No, but I think
that's like the average price of their DVDs. Their Blu-rays, sorry.
I think Kevin means he'd buy it and not open it, like as in it's just like
keep it sealed.
No, I'd watch it.
That's why you just go to CEX.
Only watching stuff that is rewatchable. Like even though certain films are some of my favourites, I'd buy all the like the Quentin Tarantinos.
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
buy all
100%.
the, Stanley Kubricks and buy the box. I had all
Nolans?
those
The
on
Nolans?
VHS and DVD as well.
Do you have a big CX by you?
There is one near me.
Because what they do now, I don't know if you. I don't normally go in them, but if for this purpose I would.
Shout
If
out to
they're
Ross.
if they're big enough, they tend to have upstairs and a downstairs. Downstairs is gaming, upstairs is all cinema. So it's like going into Blockbuster videos, and it's all alphabeticalized properly, so you don't have to like rummage through stuff. They have steel books, like but honestly, they cost. And bear in mind, Blu-ray is relatively new, and no one buys it, so it's like a few quid. And who cares if it's secondhand? It works.
I've been in, but
I'm a
Pick the
bit
case
funny
that you
about
like.
I'm a bit funny about secondhand like DVDs or Blu-rays because like if some motherfuckers scratch those, I'm
Yeah,
not
but
happy.
everything in CEX has a 2-year warranty.
Yeah, but still, man, I get it's funny about scratches,
You
man.
just take it back, don't you?
so
They
anyway,
can't. They do test everything they sell.
James, you're back now. Look at the screen. See if you can see this. James Howard Thornton of Terrifier 3 just posted that picture.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, he'd be good in like Adam
He's-
West Batman, but not
He's
like a model one.
deliberately
That
out
looks
of
ridiculous.
focus. He's deliberately out of focus. The close up is on the clapperboard.
He's got a watermelon on his head.
What does the clapperboard say?
You wish.
Nope, that's also out of focus. Everything's out of focus. It's a picture of a screen. It's a picture of the monitor while they're doing the filming.
Yeah.
Picture of that.
It looks like he's like funding it though, because the production value doesn't look like a proper DC movie.
What are you on about? I didn't say it was a DC movie. But
No, I'm saying like it's like he's trying to film his own Joker because he wants to be the next Joker.
I reckon. Well, we don't know what he's doing. That's the thing. So,
wouldn't it be cool if Batman was public domain and he could film his own Batman film?
I was going to say maybe he's doing his own Joker film. Maybe he's gone. Fuck him.
You can't.
Why can't he?
Well, it's
not public domain. He gets sued.
He just did.
If he says it's Bob Kane,
says what?
If he says it's Bob Kane.
Yeah, but you could dress like Batman, call yourself Steve, and it's still blatant copyright infringement.
No, I meant he says that Bob Kane, he's like, these are based on the characters written and created by Bob Kane.
Yeah, I don't think he'd want to go up against DC in like a legal battle.
Oh yeah,
because all of his Terrifier,
he's just gone up against
Terrifier money will go bye-bye.
Disney and the Grinch. Is it Disney or
That's
whoever?
a really good point.
Pixar.
Yeah, but it's called the mean one, so they're clever about it. Actually, said no, they did the Grinch and didn't get sued.
It's
so
very
maybe
much
you
the
could.
Grinch. So
yeah, but what if they called the Joker the smiley one?
Yeah.
It is funny in the Grinch though when they keep going and call him the Grinch and they go the Finch drinks for Finch. It is funny.
Nice.
But they probably looked at that film and thought they're not making £5 on that. Don't you watch it just for a laugh?
They're not making £5.
It's one of them films that's so bad you can't not look at it.
I feel though like the actor, this David dude, he's gonna have a big following based off the back.
He will do, yeah. And I guarantee this meme will end up being one of his cult films. It's one of them films like The Terrifier that people talked about for years. No one watched it, and all of a sudden it got like a TikTok video, and everyone started watching it.
But there's something very captivating about his performance and the way he is. I'd love to hear his voice.
Mime stuff, yeah.
Yeah, but I think what's fascinating for me, I'm
he
fascinated.
Talks quite normally.
I'm fascinated by him as an actor because not only in these amazing Terrifier films is he doing everything, like you're saying, as mime, he's not even voicing the character of Art. He's just like physicalizing it through amazing.
Throwing it out there. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any dialogue in the meme one either.
What?
I don't think he talks.
He's got a very
the next
normal
Charlie
voice.
Chaplin, right? He's the next
Charlie
Chaplin.
It's Charlie Chaplin style, isn't it?
Yeah.
So good. His physical comedy, but with blood and gore.
That is fucking clever because if
are they going to bring back Laurel and Hardy?
Oh no! Just let David Howard Thornton be the next Charlie Chaplin,
or Laurel and Hardy,
but not bloody. Like actually, just do a comedy, a black and white.
No, Laurel and Hardy. That's what he wants. They're better than Charlie Chaplin.
Whoa!
Charlie Chaplin Hardy copied Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah, he created it. Charlie Chaplin is the one that created it.
Yes.
James is confused now.
No, he's just staring because he's wrong.
It doesn't matter who created it.
What? Mate, you've got to watch, dude. You got to watch Charlie Chaplin's original black and white movie.
So anyway, the next one I was going to mention, I was actually going to mention Terrifier 3 before you disappeared. That the last few on my top list, Heretic.
Oh,
need to see that.
Incredible. Juror number 2, also
It
incredible.
was Civil War this year.
I'm literally about to get to that one. Yep. Fall Guy is in there. Challengers is in there. Civil War.
Yeah.
And the last two on my list, Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, James loves that. Look, James is coming back on screen for that. Oh, he didn't.
I found a pinata hitter.
He didn't hear me at all.
Of course he did.
I said Late Night with the Devil, and
He
that's
pulls out a
usually when he
pinata.
gets excited.
I wondered what it was. It was just sticking out the pink bit. Oh, that
Oi,
sounds
oi.
weird.
And
Just the
he
tip.
found a big colourful pinata stick.
What a massive pinata.
I was going to say, would you use that for? What a stupid fucking question. Where's your pinata if you've got a pinata stick?
Yeah, do you
I
have...
don't know. That's what was confusing. I saw it like it's got a big box down there of random stuff.
It does
You've got a
feel like you've
stick,
got a
but
box of
no
random
pinata.
stuff.
I swear I've never seen that before.
Oh my god.
Do you want to have a quick Godzilla quiz game? It's one question.
You should probably like hoover your room if you keep finding random things like a whole fucking stick.
If it's in a box,
the last-
who hoovers it in a box?
Last film on my list is Kneecap.
There's a box.
Kneecap.
Kneecap.
Quick Godzilla theme question, because this came out of the box as well. It's called Name That Character. By the way, Reef's going deep. This is from 1956.
Whoa. Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. Man.
Tial.
Is that Mothra?
No, but well done for knowing Mothra. No.
You've said it 500
Mothra,
times.
believe it or not, is a moth, Kev. But, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know
Pterodactyl.
what it is.
Now it's
Twelve.
Rodan.
Batfink.
Rodan.
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 Rodden.
Yeah.
Rodan
Reese
sounds
wants
like
every...
Rodan sounds like a kind of hip hop MC.
Do you know what it is?
Roll down. Rodan's gonna roll down. Sorry.
They've just got the spelling. It's just a dyslexic person spelling Rodney.
Do you know, one time
Could be
I'm
me.
going to line up all of Reef's Godzilla King Kong toys. You'll be amazed.
I will.
I didn't even know there was that many made.
Wow. Wow.
Right, I'm gonna have another one of these.
Oh.
I got a special
Ooh.
rum today,
Ooh.
Cold. Trash and Treasure. And it
Nice.
is made. I've already said this in the podcast, but sweet and vibrant rum spirit drink, made with waste pineapple and mango peels.
Mate, that sounds amazing.
It smells not great, but it tastes fantastic.
Smells like death, tastes like love.
I was skeptical until I took a sip. I was like, "Ooh, that's quite light and refreshing. Not
Ooh.
it's delightful." Sorry,
So
Drew.
I've got a terrible dad joke that I thought would actually be brilliant for a cracker.
Good.
And because it's Christmas, I thought, imagine reading
No, it's
this.
not Christmas. It's not Christmas.
Imagine reading Christmas.
It's past
It's
Christmas.
New Year's Eve.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
New Year's Eve now.
Yeah. You got to tell us what you got in your Christmas
Edit.
cracker. Daddy is up.
Okay, yeah. So in
Yeah.
the Christmas cracker that I created in my mind,
For Christmas, which was last week.
yeah, it says why was the plant embarrassed?
Give me a chance to answer.
Well, of course.
Because his mum was on OnlyFans.
I didn't think of that one. Yeah, sure, for sure.
I was trying to think of photosynthesis, like photosynthesizes. Nope, that doesn't work. Mitochondriad. Nope.
The good news is because your answers are so bad that my one actually might sound quite good now. But
Is it a technical answer, like biology?
Because he had a little weed.
Or is
no, it's well that's quite good. Yeah, a little weed. That's not it though. No.
Oh, I can't think plant.
It's me. I'm a wordsmith, so I'm trying to be a little bit play on words.
But it's so difficult to think of plant puns.
But now, well, tell me about it, man. But
Leaf,
I feel like
stick, branch, bark.
I'm worried it's going to be even shitter now because of the gap in between the punchline.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to like really
What was the
water
question
it
again?
down.
What was the question again? It was knock knock. The plant.
Knock knock.
Knock
plant-
knock the plant.
Yeah,
Knock,
knock the plant
Oh.
off.
knock knock. Plants at the door. What does he say?
It was
Can I grow in
I was
here?
about to say something about knock knock. It's a cat trying to knock the plant off. That's what they do. That is what they do.
That's bad. Anyway, tell us the joke from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Or we'll be quiet.
Why was the plant embarrassed?
Don't know.
Annoys me because I think I know. Go on.
Because it soiled itself.
That's
That's a good
actually not terrible,
That's quite good.
but also terrible.
That should be in a cracker, man. I was like, yes, man.
Reef had a
You
good
are a
gag.
cracker.
Yeah, actually, no, I can't remember if I told you. So I'll tell you about the Star Wars situation, the thing.
What?
Star Wars
Roger.
character. Yeah, Roger, yeah. Couldn't
You
remember if I
told
was this week or
Michael. You
last.
told Michael. Drew hasn't heard it.
Oh, is that?
Oh, yeah.
I want. That's in another episode, isn't it?
Have you listened
Yeah,
to
we
today's
were at the
episode?
garden.
No,
That's
no.
why I didn't think I told you. We were at the garden centre and he was looking at Christmas decorations with names on and stuff.
Oh yeah.
And I said to him, "You're not going to find one with your name on." And he was like, "Oh, look, there's Roger. He's in Star Wars." I was like, "Well, I haven't seen all the Star Wars films, but I'm almost certain they weren't writing it going Han Solo, Luke Skywalker,
Chewbacca.
Roger." No, they didn't go with that. And he was like, "Yeah, because they're always like Roger, Roger on the radios, like Roger, Roger."
He's witty, man. He's witty.
He's writing dad jokes at the age of 6 now, is he? Is he
Yeah.
6 yet? Yeah, he's 6. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
Drew, we took him to see Santa.
We should get him on it when he's 18.
Drew, we took him to see Santa, and last year I went to a really sort of high-end one, real beard, old guy, like one on like in your own
high-end
little
one.
hut with Santa and stuff.
High end.
He's like he looked like Santa Claus off a movie.
What is it?
Like
Real
it costs
beard.
a lot of money. Like
Real
it costs
beard.
A beard they
everything's
died.
real.
It's died.
No, he was legit. Like he looked
You
like the
pay
best
more.
Santa I've ever seen.
Well, maybe it was really
Well,
him.
dude, you know, I was Santa at Legoland, right?
Well, this year, yeah, you would have thought. This year, we went to a garden centre and it was like £8 or something, and it was clear he was a young guy with like clearly a fake beard, and Reef just looked at him and went, "That's not a real Santa."
Whoa.
I was like, he's like, "Yeah, that beard's not real."
What? Did he try and pull it off, or like?
No, he just went, "I'm not going over there." So I had
Whoa.
to explain to him that Santa has helpers,
Yeah.
and we saw the real one last year, and this is just a helper. And then he was like,
But
okay.
kids must get so confused because they're like, okay, riddle me this: why are Santa's helpers dressed like him? Are they
Well,
just
he's not
like
stupid because he saw a
massive
legit Santa
fans?
last year, remembers him, and is like, looks at that guy, is like, "That ain't him."
Well, this is the thing that I thought was crazy, right? When I was at Legoland, the parents used to, in advance, they give us a letter and be like, "Do you remember when you saw us at Blue Water?" And then it'd be like, "Oh," and then you have to bring that into your script. It'd be like, "Oh, Jimmy, I remember when I saw you at Blue Water last year." And it's like the idea that you're trying to create the continuity for the kid. So every time they go somewhere new, that Santa has to try and remember where you were. I remember seeing you in Asda's in aisle 13. You're like, what? It's like, it's just crazy. Like,
it's the weird thing. Like from someone who doesn't have a kid, it's like the border of, you know, continuing the fantasy for the child and childhood, and also continuously lying. I think it's fine until like 8 to 10. That's when there should be like.
You're not even funny. He's just turned 6 and he's skeptical already.
This might be
Reef will be out of it by 7. If he's still believing in Santa at the age of 8, then I'd be shocked.
This might
I'd
be
like if he did though, but
this might be the Negroni talking. But I was just thinking, Santa is like the equivalent to like, because I was just thinking when you said you don't have kids, you just got pets, but it's like that's the equivalent to like bringing your cat or dog to like Ace Ventura. Do you know what I mean? So it's like the idea that
well, actually, it's the adult equivalent of Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Except them adults always believe.
Wow.
And both matter about Christmas, don't they? Both love Christmas.
And then that Jesus was bought off by Coca-Cola.
I walked through a shopping center earlier today, right? And it's a fairly posh shopping center. I walked through, and I don't have kids, so I don't even think about it. Christmas is just annoying because things are busier than they need to be. That's all Christmas.
It takes 40 minutes to get a sandwich if it's Christmas time.
Christmas is just annoying out and about. But anyway, I was walking through a shopping center, not to do shopping, I'm just going to meet someone for beer, and walk through. Just saw a queue of people. I was curious. I was like, what is that for? Because there's no shop there. It's just a blank thing. And you know how in my brain, and I'm sure it's the same, every Santa Claus meeting when they take the kids to meet the Santa Claus, it's like Terrifier 3 without the explosions. There's usually like a man that everyone can see and everyone queues up to go and stand up to him, right? I walked through a shopping center and it was just a a blacked out window of a old shop front and a door, and it had times on it when Santa's grotto was open, and it was one at a time going into the door of a dark, blocked out window. I was like,
That's creepy, man.
that's creepy. The kids were going to their parents, but I was still like, they don't know what they're walking into. What's behind the door?
Yeah,
That's really weird. I was like, this could go right
Yeah.
or wrong. I'm sure it's
legit.
a good one.
I've
But-
got something mega for this year. For last year. Obviously, Christmas was last week.
Yeah.
But Reef got this through the door Christmas morning.
Back to school with Rage Whale. Here's show and tell.
Postcard.
Postcard from Santa.
Father.
Yep.
Santa
It says-
Claus.
It says, ho, 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 I'm so silly. I left my wallet somewhere among the presents. And I was dropping them off under the Christmas tree. But don't worry, Papa Elf's already placed it for me. You're so good this year. I'd like you to keep it as a reminder of when I came to visit you anyways. I'm off to blah, 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 blah. Have a great Christmas, whatever.
Yeah.
And then...
Blah, 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 whatever.
What? That's so clever.
You got a Santa... is that a Santa Claus's driving license and a wallet?
That is the
Oh,
coolest.
it's not just that. Look.
It's his
An
driving
actual-
license.
Proper driving license. Oh my
But
god!
you can-
It's got
you-
sleighs on the back.
You can
Oh,
scan
my
it.
God.
It will go to the FSLA, which is like the flying license school. It goes onto their website.
Mate, that is genius.
We've
That's
got
cool.
his bank card, which is like a legit bank card.
That is the coolest
You know what?
present
We've got
ever.
his member card from
Right.
Froster Coffee.
Oh, nice. It's done us. It cost
The
us
option on the
genius.
cake would be if you closed the wallet and it said "Bad Mother" on there.
That'd be
Oh,
quite
yeah.
funny.
Bad
He's got a
motherfucker.
little picture of Mrs. Claus, and
Bad
a couple of
motherfucker.
stamps.
Woof.
Almost done. He's got
That reminds me of like Home Alone when Buzz shows a picture of his girlfriend.
Is there like a frozen
Oh, God,
condom in there or
dwarf.
something?
he's got some money in here as well. He's got a coin, gold coin, which is metal.
chocolate. Oh, okay.
He's got some Santa bucks.
That is
And
awesome.
Pièce de resistance, which I think is the ultimate level of detail. He's got a receipt from Froster Coffee.
Nice.
He had a gingerbread latte, believe it or not,
Of course he did.
and a cheesecake and a marshmallow. Fat fuck.
Wait,
So you
Is
can
this-
buy this wallet.
Did you
Like,
buy it from
yeah,
Costco?
look at this. From Reader Express.
Wow.
He got a bunch of stuff there, and it's got like his bag of carrots, cookie, marshmallow, hot chocolate.
That's a lot of
Got this.
detail, isn't it?
That is serious. Oh, the lottery.
But you can scan the back, and it goes onto a legit website they've made up.
With the-
And also, he's got his shopping list with like some noughts and crosses on the back.
Mate, that-
But you
that-
can scan all these different things,
that
and they've
QR
made
code
like
was a reindeer. Do you see the reindeer in the QR code?
yeah, and you can scan them, and it'll go on like you scan a driving license, and it'll go onto a fake DVLA Santa thing, and you can scan the lottery ticket. It goes on like a fake North Pole lotto, but the receipts are like receipt material as well, so they're like really faded. Some of them.
Mate, that's crazy.
Well, like the level of detail, it's like it was $12.99,
That's like that.
and the wallet's actually not a bad wallet.
That's like that Matt Rife
Not bad.
sketch you were talking about, where there was like a QR code to the domestic
Yeah, it's got
violence.
like a
thing.
Santa thing on it. You can't see it. But I thought that's wicked. If I just post that through the letterbox on like Christmas Day, and then hide this in the tree somewhere.
Is
Oh,
it
yeah,
Mary
you cannot-
Claus's knickers in there, or
No, just a picture of her and some stamps. But I thought it was going to come through and be really crappy quality. But the driving license feels like my one. It's solid.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's all
legit.
like reflective and stuff.
yeah, they put some
And
serious.
the card is a legit card. Like it's exactly the same as the card we'd have in our wallet. It
I
was
just-
3D and holograms and that.
I just love the kind of story and the kind of immersive storytelling behind that, like the jovial idea and how cool Santa is. Like, keep my wallet, man. I don't need it. Like, we're good. We're good.
Yeah, it's
A
really
lot of
cool. I
detail.
thought it'd be a proper smart thing to have for
And it
Christmas.
makes you think that Santa's like a really nice guy. Like, if he dropped his wallet, they'd be like, yeah, just keep it, man.
I
It's
will
cool.
say, if nothing else, TikTok is good for throwing out ideas like that. Because
Wow.
that's where I saw it.
Nice.
How much did that cost?
$12.99.
What?
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, man.
Yeah, and it's a legit faux leather wallet as well, so I could actually, if I wanted to, use that. It's not like a
But yeah,
cheap,
but
crappy wallet.
But like Kev said, it does look like the one from Tarantino's, the one that says "bad motherfucker" written on it. But
Reach into the bag. Which one
But
is
yeah,
one that
$12.99.
says "bad motherfucker" on?
yeah,
Like that, how they made that, and they printed the driving license and everything on legit card. I mean, it's even got its different licenses you can have.
yeah, that's cool.
Oh, that's great. Should we?
Yeah, look,
let's-
there's a QR code there where you scan that and it goes onto the fake DVLA website.
yeah.
This is great for the visual viewers. For the last 10 minutes, James has been shown as a wallet, but it is
Yeah.
quality. It's
It is a
quality.
quality
Got an actual
wallet,
driving
guys.
license.
I'd
Got an
recommend
actual
it for
card.
next year, but it was
Right.
Amazon, by the way. I bought that from.
Right.
Nice.
We'll end today's episode. We've gone a touch over, but that was good fun. So yeah, just happy New Year to all those
New
people
Year.
listening.
Happy New Year,
And there's
guys!
more than
Big love
7.
to
See
everyone
you in
that's-
2025.
Big love to everyone that's still following Rage Rail, or
We're going to look suspiciously the same in 2025.
listening to our podcast, guys. We appreciate.
Yeah.
And
Looking
anyone
forward
that
to
saw us
new
on
people.
Christmas Day, we look suspiciously the same as we do now as well.
Isn't it weird that some people are going to like go back and listen to old episodes and
Guys, I just need to tell you something really crazy. Sorry, just real quick. Today at
Remember,
work.
Christmas was last week.
Today at work of Christmas last week. Last week
Yeah.
at work.
last week? Yeah,
Last
what
week-
happened last week?
Last
When
week
it was
at work,
Christmas.
which was that time, someone came in to buy
Something that you can't tell us what
something
it
that I
is.
can't exactly talk about. However,
He deals lots of drugs, folks.
You
What
work
is
in
mental,
Apple, they
though-
sell 5 things.
No, what-
Headphone, phone, computer, laptop.
what is mental though is she was like, I'm using it for my podcast, and I'm like, no ways. Like, and she was like, yeah, I need to be able to run Riverside Studios. I was like, no ways. And then like we started talking, and then the craziest thing is she said,
You go, there's a podcast called Rage Well. It really inspired me. And you're like, no ways.
yeah, I was like, no ways. No, but she was like, what? And I said, oh yeah, I have a podcast. I use a such and such, blah blah blah, for my one. And then she was like, oh, what's your podcast called? And I was like, oh, it's Rage Whale, if you want to check it out. And this is the spookiest part, though, guys. Right?
She never came back.
No. She said,
I
oh,
think you gotta follow her.
tell me a little bit about it, right? And I just went, oh well, normally we're a movie podcast, right? But I said there was this crazy episode where we're interviewing a girl who's like trained to be a lawyer, and she went, no ways. I work our podcast, no ways. That's how she speaks. No. She goes, she was like, our podcast is to do with like the law side of things. I'm even going to plug it real quick, actually, because in case she listens to this one, 2 seconds. Let me just.
Should we plug it in the beginning of the next one as well? Just because that's when people are likely to hear.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually.
Have you followed it?
It's called More Than a Lawyer.
More than
a lawyer to me.
But yeah, they're doing really well. Like they're doing live Riverside.
Wait, is it actually more than lawyer? Because
We're
I've got
doing live
national
Riverside. We're
yoga.
just playing it back afterwards.
I've put in more than a lawyer, and it comes up with a guy called Surik, who is a national yoga player. Didn't know you could play yoga, and
Is that thing? Olympic yoga?
Wait,
And
is
he
he going to be the new Emmanuel?
Hold on, he's a
Never.
national yoga player, and he blows candles, and he's
Get
a
him on.
lawyer by profession.
Well,
Get him
I'm hoping it's just candles.
There's
Is
also
that who you met?
oh wow, look at
No,
it.
that's not the guy. That's not the person I met. The person I met was called Helen.
Is she a yoga player?
Helen.
Helen.
Doing James before James does James. Drew, where's the page? I've typed in more than a lawyer.
I don't know.
Is it
That's
the
all-
right way?
Drew's completely going to shout out completely
That's-
the wrong
that's-
show. Then we're
that's-
going to have someone
no,
trying
that's
to
all-
play yoga
that's-
with us.
That's all I got. She wrote
Right.
it.
Anyway,
She wrote it
thanks
on
for
my
that
notes.
deviation for the last 4 minutes. We'll find
Cut
out
to
exactly
Drew
what it is.
shouting out
And,
a show next week, and then we get like inbox asking people to play yoga.
yeah, we'll shout out
This
next
is the
week.
still.
We shout out next
And
week.
then we
the
get like
one
Mega
who's trying.
Hindi. That guy you just saw was like going to come and
Surik.
yeah, whatever. What's
He
Drew
looks
doing?
lovely. He looks like a kind man.
Drew looks like the Scream, that painting.
Anyway, Drew
Yeah.
looks graphic. Anyway, Happy New Year. We'll see you in 2025.
This has been Rage Whale. Thanks for hanging out with us. We hope you had a whale of a time.